We're here at the LA premiere of IAMA Theatre Company's The Recommendation, which is an amazing play. I enjoyed it so much, and as did the audience, it seemed. It's smart, it's funny, it's real, and I love that it's so relevant to so many important issues in our society today. I want to ask each of you, what did you each enjoy about your characters the most in this play?
My name is Malcolm Barrett. I play Dwight Barnes. The funnest part of playing this character is being able to play a character that I could give some depth to. I think you've probably seen a guy from this neighborhood before, or a guy that you perceive, you think you know. And one of the things that I love about playing characters from this sort of neighborhood or who are from these environments is being able to bring some sort of realness to it, and also being able to be who I am. You know, I'm not exactly this guy, but I'm from where he's from, and I understand it, and I've been around people like that. And so for me, it's very close to home and very close to people I care about and very close to situations I know. So that's a very fun part, to be able to access something that I have experience with. On top of that, just being able to play and bring a depth to it that I think people will learn from is also a very enjoyable and rewarding part of the experience. So.
How do I follow that? Hey, I'm Brandon Scott. I play Iskender Iodoku. You can call me Izzy. Izzy. Yeah. What I love about playing Izzy mostly is that I get to communicate with the audience directly, because I think what's beautiful about some of the writing is that these are a lot of conversations and ideas and discussions that people have, but don't necessarily, they have them in like little small groups and things like that, but to actually talk to the audience and have basically a dialogue with the audience about this. And then also I love hearing what they react to, what, you know, certain people react differently to certain things, and kind of playing with that, because, you know, some audiences, this line might ring true for them, and then I get to play with them on that, or, you know, a separate whole moment might ring true. So that's what's really cool. And then yeah, and then I think just diving into because my character is a first generation Ethiopian, and so I think some of the complexities of race within not just white and black, but within the black community amongst like people of African descent and people of African American descent, or people who know they're African descent, people don't know they're African descent. That's like a cool color that I get to explore in this. So I don't think that's talked about a lot.
I'm Adam Shapiro. I play Aaron Feldman in this play. I would say there's a couple things I really enjoy about Feldman. One of them is in the play I kind of get to play a lot of different ages. And Feldman's a character that I really saw a lot of myself in, and then I also saw a lot of things that I would hate to be and like would be afraid of. So it was really fun to kind of play somebody that I felt like maybe started out very similarly to me, but then went a different way with his life. So I really like to play all the different ages. It's kind of fun for me to play the 15-year-old Feldman and then the college Feldman, and then you kind of see how he changes, and that's great. And then I also really liked the idea of the challenge of trying to make a character who makes some really fucked up choices. I could say fuck, right?
You just said it twice.
It's the internet. Yeah, I say fuck. I say fuck. I mean, we say fuck how many times do we say it in the play? Yeah, how many times do we say fuck in the play? No, I for a guy who makes some really fucked up choices, how do you make him likable? How do you make him relatable? How do you make him real? We all go through times in our lives where we don't know what to do, and then it really shows who people are when you see their true colors when they're put into a position that they're not comfortable in. And in this play, I get to be in a position where I am personally the least comfortable in. I watch this show all the time called Locked Up, and what's the show that was the other one we watched? there's Locked Up, and there's
Scared Straight.
All these like shows that are kind of docudramas about jails, and those scare the bejesus out of me. So it's the thing I'm probably most scared of in life. So it was kind of fun to visit that and get to actually play with that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys that about how you got into the process of getting into the mindset of these characters, but you all did such a great job. So one thing that I was very impressed by with this play is how there's minimal use of props. It's you guys front and center. It's all on you. Just talk a little bit about that. Was that a challenge? Have you guys done that before in theater? And I know for IAMA Theater, this is something that they do a lot, which I think is really great.
Did you say minimal use of props?
Yeah, I mean,
because we feel like
Yeah, I would say for IAMA, this is actually new for us because it was actually more props than I think we're used to. But I think in the larger spectrum of theater, this was a pretty minimal play. IAMA likes to do minimal plays. I think it fits two needs. One is we like to make the plays about more about the writing and the directing and the acting, and less about the elaborate scenery, stage, theater, and stuff like that. The other thing is it also fits into our budget really nicely. We ain't got no money.
We should say that IAMA Theater is co-founded by Adam's wife, actress Katie Lowes, who you guys might know from Scandal. You know, that little show that's on television. Do you really?
Right here.
And she's right here.
There she is.
Making an appearance. We love Katie.
Okay, look, I do it.
This does touch on important racial issues and on the California prison complex and just the haves and the have-nots. Do you think, you know, I find movies and also live theater have a way of like, just they can have an impact on their viewers. Do you think this play will have people leaving thinking differently about the issues that you guys touch on? Also friendship and race and loyalty and...
Yeah, I'm going to take this one. Well, what I love about this play is I love that this play explores modern day conventions of racism, classism, friendships, and perspectives. The frustrating thing about seeing these sorts of things is I feel like Hollywood is really comfortable with talking about racism in the past. Like it gets really comfortable with being like, hey, remember slavery? That sucked. We ended it. You know, and I think that's really easy, really boring, and really safe. Like it's really safe to go like slavery was wrong, and so to deal with the complexities of what the ramifications of all those prejudices and institutionalized racism and slavery and classism and perspective, to deal with what that means in a modern day culture, to me is more effective and more dangerous, because that's the thing that's hardest to deal with is how do my perspectives and my prejudices affect me today, and what are the things that are going wrong with me that make me have these opinions about other people. And it's really easy to pat ourselves on the back for the things that we have changed. It's harder to explore the things that we're unsure of, and that's what I'm happy about with this play, is because it doesn't answer a bunch of questions. It doesn't tell you what to think. It puts you in situations that you've probably been accustomed to and makes you think about how you react to them. And that's what was the most important thing about doing this play to me.
Yeah. Drop it on the floor.
I give you a journalism award. Any of you want to add anything to that, or you agree?
Anything I would add to that would be great.
You can tell I'm smart.
Did any of you know? Did you know? What? All of our legs are crossed.
We're geniuses. We're the smartest interview you ever had.
Did you guys know? And did you know anyone like your character growing up? You know, like, that you could have touched on.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I knew me pretty well. Spent a lot of time with Adam Shapiro back in the day. So, and I think he was a lot like this character. And then when I moved to LA, I think I met a bunch of people that were like the older Feldman, the 20-something Feldman. You know, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I felt like I came from a place of like privilege and connections and recommendations like Feldman. But I think there's something interesting about this being an LA play, and also really fun about it being the first time this play has been performed in LA. You know, I thought I was coming from that, and then I came to LA and I realized like their privilege didn't even scratch what what Aaron Feldman actually has going for him in life. So so it was fun. It was fun to meet Feldman and then kind of base him on some people that I've known in LA. I like it. What about you? You know anybody like Izzy?
Thank you, Adam. Do I know anyone like Izzy? You know, I know bits and pieces, huh?
Nope.
What? Okay, I know bits and pieces because I feel like what I've kind of drawn from is just some experience, and then also some of like my family's experience, and then also I did like a lot of interviews with because getting to the mindset of because I understood growing up. I'm from Alabama, and the perception of kind of what a black male is supposed to be like from there, and also not because I was in like extremely I was in gifted classes, and so in the gifted class it was like if I was black and I was in gifted classes, then you know all the black kids were like, you're not black, and then the white kids were like, what are you doing in this class? And so it's just kind of in that world of I don't know what I'm supposed to be. But then what the other added element when I spoke to one of my Ethiopian friends, I do have an Ethiopian friend.
Oh, congratulations! Your friend's an Ethiopian.
Was just her perception of also just being from the African continent and knowing her heritage and how that was juxtaposed to what people of African American descent and that experience and how that conflicted and how she never fit in. And so so that I did some research talking to her, and she just opened my mind to just a lot of that part of Izzy. And then the whole other thing about the law, I didn't know. You know, I'm like, the more I got into Izzy, the dumber I felt as a human being. So I had to do like a lot of research on just with my lawyer friends, and they just proved how much of the script is like about how much truth is in the script about just the whole getting ahead in the. I mean, you think that like Hollywood getting ahead in acting world is like sometimes about who you know, but you know, she was like, oh, it's not just acting, it's, you know, even in the world pretty much. So
I mean, that's why I recommend everyone to go see this play, because it's just the issues are so important and so crucial.
I recommend the recommendation. It's good. It's the host.
So, because it touches on a lot of important issues in our society, like you guys said, and also it's really funny, and it talks about friendship and what's the best thing, you know. And
I think that was the really big thing for us was that I think the best way to take these sort of things are with a spoonful of sugar, and the beautiful thing about this play is that we deal with very difficult topics, but there's so much levity throughout the entire play, and I think a lot of us discovered how funny it was once an audience got here, because we were so focused on our characters and our dramas and the arc of what's going on as a whole, that having the audience here react to the laughter and the fun that was happening here was an added bonus to the experience. I think that's kind of the way you have to handle hard topics, is to allow people a release valve.
and humor. Well, thank you guys so much. I so enjoyed the play. Congratulations. And you can see it until March 9th. March 9th. Yeah. Wonderful. So, and it's an IAMA Theatre production here at Theater Asylum, West Hollywood. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.